your exam for chapter 6 and 7 on Wednesday. I repeat, we are just left with 2 sections more. Once we are done with this, you will have your exam on Wednesday for chapter 6 and chapter 7. Okay. So today what we are doing is section 7.6 is double angle and half angle formulas. Double angle and half angle formulas. What are the double angle formulas? Let's talk about double angle formulas. These are very, very important here, what we are doing. The first formula is, if you are given sine 2 theta, I say find the value of sine 2 theta. It is directly equal to 2 sine theta cos theta. So if I write sine 2 times something, it is equal to 2 sine of that angle cosine of that angle. Another thing is cosine 2 theta. Cosine 2 theta is cosine square theta minus sine square theta. Cosine square theta minus sine square theta. Also you have formulas, 2 more formulas for cosine 2 theta, which is 1 minus 2 sine square theta. Also you have one more formula which says 2 cosine square theta minus 1. So these are the 4 formulas for double angle formulas. These are known as double angles. See, from double twice of an angle you're going to a single theta. Example, how are you going to get problems on this? Very, very important here. Very, very important, double angle formulas. You have to memorize these. Okay. Next thing is, it says if you're given sine theta is equal to 3 over 5. You're given sine theta as 3 over 5 and theta is between pi by 2 and pi. Okay. It says find the exact value of. You have to find the exact value of A sine 2 theta and B cosine 2 theta. You have to find the value of these two. Let's do the A part. Okay. Sine 2 theta. I know the formula. From here I know sine 2 theta is 2 sine theta cosine theta. I know this. Okay. Now I need to find the value of sine 2 theta. So I need to plug in the value of sine theta and cosine theta. But from the question I just know sine theta. I need to find the value of cosine theta. How do I do that? Can I have Carly here? Yeah. Carly, how do we do this question?
I'm not sure.
So I'm
up with you.
Let's see here. I'm given this thing. Pi by 2 to pi. Which quadrant am I talking about?
The first and second one.
Pi by 2 to pi. Where is pi by 2?
Is that in the first one?
This is 0, right? This is pi by 2. This is pi. This is 3 pi by 2, right?
Oh, yeah.
So which quadrant am I talking about?
The second one?
The second one. We are talking about the second one. Okay. In second one, I need to find my cosine. In my second one, is my cosine positive or negative?
Negative?
Yeah, negative. Cosine is negative, right? Okay. I know my cosine is negative here. Okay. I have sine. I'm sine given. What is the formula for sine? Sine theta is basically what?
Is it 1 over cosecant?
It is y over what?
Y over R.
Y over R. So I am given sine as 3 over 5. So what's my Y?
3,
R is?
5.
What formula I'm going to use to find my X?
A squared plus B squared.
You mean X square plus Y square
Yeah.
is equal to R square. Yes, let's plug in the value. X square plus 5 square is equal to 3 square. You get X square plus 25 is equal to 9. Subtract 25 both sides. You get X square is equal to negative 16. Oh, sorry. This was 3 and that was 5. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is 9 and this is 25. So you get X square plus 9 is equal to 25. You subtract 9 both sides, you get X square is equal to 16. Then I take square root on both sides. Whenever you take square root, you have to put a plus minus sign. I get plus minus 4. Which will I consider, plus 4 or negative 4?
Plus 4? Or negative?
Yeah, because cosine is negative. Yes. So you will get X as negative 4. And what's cosine theta? What's the formula for cosine theta?
Y or X over R.
X over R. So it becomes negative 4 over 5.
Okay.
Now you found the values. 2. Sine theta was 3 over 5 and cosine theta was negative 4 over 5. So when you solve it, you will get as negative 24 over 25. If for the B part, I have to find, good, Carly. Jelena?
Yes.
Yeah, so
I'm
Jelena,
here.
for the second one, I need to find cosine 2 theta. For cosine 2 theta, I have 3 formulas here. Which one you want to use?
I use the cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta.
Oh, perfect. Since we know both values, sine and cosine, you use that. Sine we already found, cosine we found as minus 4 over 5. It becomes minus 4 over 5 square minus sine was 3 over 5 square. When you solve, it becomes 16 over 25 minus 9 over 5. Which is what? 7 over 25. Any question with this double angle formulas? Second we are doing is, okay, this is also a formula, but we are deriving this formula. Okay, so it says we need to establish identities. So it says develop a formula for tangent to theta in terms of theta. They wanted to establish a formula tangent to theta in the form of just theta. They don't want 2 times theta. They just want theta. Note how can I do that is, you can have tangent. I can write 2 theta as theta plus theta. And yesterday we did the formula. So if you have, we did the formula here. Tangent alpha plus beta. Tangent alpha plus beta. Axel here. Axel not there. Alejandro. Alejandro not here. Jose.
Yeah.
What was the formula for tangent alpha plus beta we did last time?
I don't recall.
You don't recall? It was tangent alpha plus tangent beta over 1 minus tangent alpha tangent beta. This is a formula we did last time. Guys, you have to memorize these formulas. Okay, when you use this, it becomes tangent theta plus tangent theta over, it becomes 1 minus tangent theta tangent theta. So if you combine, what is tangent theta plus tangent theta, Jose?
What was that?
What is tangent theta plus tangent theta?
The tangent to theta?
Does it become like, what I can say is, what is x plus x?
2x?
Similarly, tangent theta plus tangent theta will be 2 tangent theta.
2, yeah.
And what is tangent theta times tangent theta?
It's tangent theta squared.
Yeah, tangent square theta. See. So basically my tangent to theta is actually equal to this thing. This formula also, this is used as a formula. So make sure you memorize this formula also. This is kind of formula. We are doing as a question, but we are deriving it.
Wait, so that was the answer?
Yes, that's the answer.
Oh.
We converted 2 theta into theta. Similarly is, they want you to find, it says, establish the identity. Develop a formula for sine 3 theta. Okay, in terms of sine theta and cosine theta. So they want you to find the formula for sine 3 theta, and they want you to have in the formula both sine theta and cosine theta. Okay, what is here? And Mondai? Mondai is not here. Okay, Daniel? Not here. Gerald?
Hello.
Yeah, Gerald.
Sorry, hello.
Hello. Yeah. So I need to find the value of sine 3 theta, Gerald. How do you do that?
Let's see.
Do it on the same way we did this. Do the same way we did this.
So what did...
Write sine 3 theta as a sum of two angles. 3 theta can I write as what?
Sum of 3 angles.
So like here I wrote 2 theta as theta plus theta, right?
Yes.
Write 3 theta as sum of two angles.
So you're gonna write
What about 2 theta plus theta? I can do that?
2 theta plus theta. Oh, that works, yeah.
Okay, I divided it into 2
makes
theta
sense.
plus theta. What's the formula for? So I'm going to use formula here, sine alpha plus beta. We did this last time.
Yeah, isn't it gonna be it's gonna be sine of A sine of A times cosine of B
Yeah.
minus.
It's going to be minus or plus? It's plus. Plus.
Yeah, minus cosine of A plus times sine of B.
Yeah, sine of B.
Thank you.
Yeah. This was a formula. You have to remember these formulas, guys. So let's do it. So what does it become? Can you tell me, Gerald? If you compare.
If you compare it,
Sine.
so Sorry, I'm just having a hard time right now.
It's okay, it's okay. See, if you compare, here my alpha is 2 theta and my beta is theta. So just replace here. It becomes sine.
So sine, it's sine theta?
Sine of, see, alpha is 2 theta, right? The first one, 2 theta, and beta is theta. Okay? So sine 2 theta. And then cosine of the beta is theta plus cosine 2 theta sine, sine theta. You get this. If you compare here, your alpha is 2 theta and your beta is theta. Now in this here, they want only in thetas. They don't want in 2 thetas. So these two are extras. For sine 2 theta, I have just one formula. So I'm going to replace it. 2 sine theta cosine theta, and I had one more cosine theta plus now cosine 2 theta. So these are the formulas I have here. Let me see here. These are the formulas I have for cosine 2 thetas here. These three formulas here. Which one do I use? Note the question says in terms of sine theta and cosine theta. You need both of them. So out of these three formulas, you have to see which one has all three of or both of them, sine and cosine. It is the first formula. So for cosine 2 theta, you're gonna replace cosine square theta minus sine square theta and then sine theta. Anyone who did not understand why I'm using specifically this formula and I'm not using the other two formulas?
Yeah, can you explain that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so see here. So sine 2 theta here, right? If we read the question says develop a formula for sine 3 theta in terms of sine and cosine. Since they're asking both sine and cosine, I'm going to look for a formula which has both sine and cosine. And this is the formula which has both sine and cosine. So I'm going to use this formula rather than these two formulas.
Okay.
Yeah. If my question said just I want my answer in just sine, then I'm going to use this formula, the second one. If it said just cosine, I'm going to use this formula. It depends what my question is asking. You're going to use that formula. Okay. Once you got this, let's open this here. Okay. Gerald, can you help me? What is 2 sine theta cosine theta times cosine theta? 2 sine theta. What is cosine theta times cosine theta?
2 sine theta times cosine theta.
What is cosine theta times cosine theta? When you multiply these two, what do you get?
That's I don't even know how
Cosine
to
square
pronounce
theta. Cosine square theta.
Cosine. There we go. How would you pronounce that one? Or
It's cosine.
yeah.
Cosine. It's
Well,
cosine.
with the squared.
Or cosine square theta.
Oh, okay. So it's that simple. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay. And then when we open this, this becomes cosine square theta, sine theta minus. What is sine square theta times sine theta?
Cosine square theta minus sine theta
Here. Sine square theta times sine theta.
times sine theta.
It is sine cube theta.
3. Okay.
Okay. Here I have sine theta cosine square theta. Here also I have cosine square theta sine square theta. Basically I add them. It becomes 3 sine theta cosine square theta, and then I'm left with just sine cube theta. Any questions, anyone? Okay. So let's do more problems here.
Could you go back to page?
Yeah. I can do that.
Miss K,
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Where did the other cosine squared theta go?
This one?
Yeah, because you have 2 sine theta, cosine squared theta plus cosine squared theta.
Times sine.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
I opened the bracket. I distributed sine theta. See, it's there. So it becomes cosine squared theta times sine theta. So I'm going to multiply this sine theta first with this, then I'm going to multiply with this.
Oh, okay, I see.
That's how I got cosine squared theta sine theta.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions, anyone? Okay. So I want you to try this problem. So you are given, and your theta is between, okay, so you're given 0 less than equal to theta less than equal to less than 2 pi. 0 to 2 pi. Okay. Sorry, not this thing. So you need to find, not this thing. Okay, you need to find sine 2 theta and you need to find cosine 2 theta. Given, and you are given sine theta is equal to 3 over 5, 0 less than theta less than pi by 2. You're given this thing. I want you to find the value of these two things. Right now, we did this problem today. The first problem is the same as the first problem. Do it right now. Make sure you try these problems which I'm giving right now. These are important here. Try these. Also, you're gonna find the value for the same thing of tangent to theta. Next thing I'm gonna do is prove tangent theta. Joshua?
Yep.
So okay, Joshua, let's do the first part here.
Where did you get the tangent 3
Okay,
theta from?
that's a different question. That's a different question. Yeah, that's a different question. So this is my question 1 and this is my question 2. Let's do question 1 here.
Right.
You are given sine theta is 3 over 5 and 0 less than theta less than pi by 2. Which quadrant am I talking about?
The first quadrant?
First quadrant. Everything is positive there, right?
Yeah.
What's the formula for sine theta?
Sine theta is y over r.
Y over r. So what do you get your y and what do you get your r?
Y equals 3 and r equals 5.
Okay. Which formula are you going to use to find your x?
X squared plus y squared equals r squared.
Okay. When you solve that, what did you get your x as?
Positive 4 because it's in the first quadrant.
Yes, correct. You got positive 4. So basically, what's your cosine theta?
Cosine theta is x over r, which is 4 over 5.
Okay. If I need to find tangent theta, what's my tangent theta?
4 squared plus y squared equals...
Tangent theta. Tangent theta.
Oh, tangent.
What's the formula for tangent?
Y over x.
Y over x. So basically, it becomes 3 over 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see A part now. I need to find sine 2 theta. What's the formula for sine 2 theta?
Sine 2 theta is, well, it's multiple, no? So I can use 2 sine theta cos theta.
Yeah, 2 sine theta cosine theta. So it becomes 2 sine theta is 3 over 5, cosine theta is 4 over 5. Oh, yeah. What does it become equal to?
24 over 25.
Perfect. If I need to find cosine 2 theta, what does it become? What's the formula you're using?
Cos squared theta minus sine squared theta.
Okay, you want to use this sine squared theta. So when you plug in values, you get 4 over 5 square minus 3 over 5 square. You get 16 over 25 minus 9 over 25, which is
7 over 25.
perfect. Now, third part says I need to find the value of tangent 2 theta. How do you find the value of tangent 2 theta?
Tangent 2 theta equals 2 tan theta minus, or over 1 minus tan squared theta.
Yeah, we just established this. So you get 2 tangent theta you found as 3 over 4 divided by 1 minus 3 over 4 square. Okay, when you solve, what do you get? What is 2 times 3 over 4?
6 over 4.
6 over 4. Too many division signs. I'm going to write it like this. It becomes 1 minus, what is 3 over 4 square?
9 over 16.
9 over 16. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's solve. So 6 over 4, when you simplify, what do you get?
3 over square.
3 over 2 divided by, how do I subtract this?
You turn the 1 into 18 over 18. So the print becomes
16
9 over
over
18
16.
After, 16, yeah.
Yeah. So what is 16 minus 9?
7.
You get 7 over 16. How do I divide?
You do the reciprocal.
Multiply and 16 over 7. And what do you get?
54 over 14.
54 or 48?
Or 48.
48 over 14. When you simplify, what do you get?
You get 24 over 7.
Perfect. That's it. And that's your answer for tangent 2 theta. Really good. Any questions, anyone? With a first question. Can I have Christopher?
Yes.
So you need to prove tangent 3 theta is equal to 3 tangent theta minus tangent cube theta over 1 minus 3 tangent square theta. You need to prove this.
Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna turn the 3 theta into alpha and beta. So it's gonna be tangent 2 theta plus theta.
Perfect. So this, I'm starting with my left hand side. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is tangent 2 theta plus theta?
Tangent 2 theta plus theta is, since we did this earlier, it's 2 tangent over 1 minus tangent squared theta.
Yeah, it becomes, that's for tangent 2 theta. So what's the formula for, we did yesterday for tangent square theta? What was the formula?
Okay, so it's tangent alpha plus beta over 1 minus tangent alpha tangent beta.
Wow. So basically,
So it's,
if I did not give you the formula, it was this thing. Otherwise, what you can do is, you can write it, can I write it like this? Sine 2 theta plus theta over cosine 2 theta plus theta, because tangent is basically this thing, right?
yeah.
So I wrote it like this. What's the formula for sine 2 theta plus theta? Or if you want to convert into tangent, the formula for tangent alpha plus beta was what? 1 plus tangent, right?
Yes.
What was it? 1 plus tangent what?
Wait.
Did I give you the formula for this thing or no?
Is that the numerator or the denominator?
it is the numerator. So let me see if I give you the formula. Yeah, I did give you the formula. So for if you have tangent alpha plus beta, so the formula for this thing we did was tangent alpha plus tangent beta over 1 minus tangent alpha tangent beta. Don't convert into sine and cosine because we need our answer in tangent. So we need to keep in tangent. I'm wrong in that one. Okay. When you do it, what do you get? Use this formula and tell me what do you get.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So it's tangent 2 theta plus tangent theta
Okay.
over 1 minus tangent 2 theta times tangent theta.
Okay. And what's the formula for tangent 2 theta?
Tangent 2 theta is 2 tangent over 1 minus tangent squared theta.
Okay, you are saying so it is 2 tangent over 1 minus tangent square theta plus tangent theta you had, and this whole divided by 1 minus. So wherever I'm seeing tangent 2 theta, I'm replacing it with 2 tangent theta over 1 minus tangent square theta.
Can you scroll up a little bit?
Yeah. I just plugged in the value. You get this whole thing here. How do you solve this?
You move the whole denominator up.
Yeah, so let's write it like that. So it's easy. You get 2 tangent theta 1 minus tangent square theta plus tangent theta divided by 1 minus 2 tangent theta 1 minus tangent square theta times tangent theta. Okay. How do you do this now? How do I add?
Add as in the left side adding,
Yeah,
or
no, just this one. Before division side, I need to add 2 tangent theta. I need to make common denominator, you can say. How do I make common denominator?
so it's the tangent theta is over 1.
Yeah, it's over.
Then you cross multiply.
Yeah, we cross multiply. So what do you get?
So it would be 2 tangent theta plus tangent theta over 1 minus tangent.
No. When you
squared
cross
theta.
multiply, you just don't get tangent theta.
Oh, yeah. So it's tangent theta minus tangent cubed theta.
Over.
Or neg. Yeah.
Yeah.
Over 1 minus tangent squared theta.
Okay. Let's do this side also the same thing. What do you get? Let's first combine these two. Let's combine these two. What do you get? 1 minus. What is 2 tangent theta times tangent theta?
Let's say that again.
What is 2 tangent theta times tangent theta? I'm multiplying these two. What do you get?
Okay, that's 2 tangent squared theta.
Okay, over you had 1 minus tangent square theta. Let's now I'm gonna make common denominator. So you get 2 tangent theta plus tangent theta minus tangent cube theta over 1 minus tangent square theta divided by. How do you do this?
Multiply and wait, you gotta get rid of the 1, huh?
Yeah, cross multiplication, right? The same way you did here. What do you get?
So then the numerator is going to be 1 minus tangent squared theta minus 2 tangent squared theta over 1 minus tangent squared theta.
Good. Okay. So now my next step is I need to combine stuff. Can I combine anything in the numerator here?
Yes.
What do you get?
The 2 tangent theta and the tangent theta, that's going to be 3 tangent theta.
Really good. Okay, 3 tangent theta and tangent cube theta remains as it is. Can you combine anything in the denominator?
Not in the denominator.
I cannot combine anything. Okay. What about here? In here, numerator, can I combine anything?
Yes, the minus tangent squared theta and the minus 2 tangent squared theta.
When you combine, what do you get?
It's minus 3 tangent squared theta.
Minus 3 tangent square theta. And then you had 1 minus tangent square theta. How can you divide?
We multiply the reciprocal.
We multiply the reciprocal. So you get 1 minus tangent square theta multiplied becomes 1 minus tangent square theta over 1 minus 3 tangent square theta. How do you do that?
Okay. So,
See here first, this you don't have to do anything. See here, Christopher, this denominator and this numerator, they are the same, right?
oh, there you go.
They cancel.
That's cool.
So what are you left with?
3 tangent minus tangent cube theta
Over.
over 1 minus 3 tangent squared theta.
Is it equal to my right hand side? That's what I needed?
Is it?
Yes, it's exactly
Okay.
the same we need. So this is my equal to my right hand side. So if you keep using the formulas, you will get to that answer here. Any questions, anyone? Okay, let's see more. Okay. So you are given here, they want you to find the value of sine square theta, cosine square theta and tangent square theta. They want you to find the value of these three things. Okay. Note whatever formulas I am given, I am supposed to use these formulas here which we were given to us here on the first page. First thing we did in today, and we need to derive these three formulas. Is Angel here? No. Samantha? No. Shaira?
Yes.
Okay, Shaira. Let's derive sine square theta. Which of the three formulas do you see sine square theta?
Sorry, what was that?
So basically I need to find the formula for sine square theta. Okay, they want you to derive the formula for sine square theta using these ones. Okay, I will take any formula. Suppose I take this formula here. Okay, I am given cosine 2 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sine square theta. How do I derive the formula for this thing? I need just sine square theta on one side. I take everything else on the other side. Help me do that.
Sorry, what am I doing?
I just need sine square. Since I'm trying to find my sine square theta using this formula, I want to keep just sine square on one side. I want to take everything else on the other side. How do I do that?
Oh, subtract 1.
Yes. So you get cosine 2 theta minus 1 is equal to sine square theta. Then, 2 sine theta.
And then divide by 2.
Yeah, divide by negative 2. It is negative 2.
Oh, negative 2.
Divide by negative 2. So when you do it, you get sine square theta is equal to, is this negative sign I'm going to take up, so it will change the sign of each and every term. So it becomes cosine 2 theta minus 1 over 2. Shaira, when I open the bracket, what does it become?
Negative cosine 2 theta plus 1.
Over 2. Correct. It is basically 1 minus cosine 2 theta over 2. So basically you got sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cosine 2 theta divided by 2. Remember this formula. You have to memorize this also. This is also one of the formulas we derived. Make sure you remember this formula also. Similarly, is Karen here?
Yes.
Okay, Karen. So we need to derive the same way we derived this. I want to derive the formula for cosine square theta. And I want to use the formula of cosine 2 theta is equal to 2 cosine square theta minus 1. I want to use this formula. How do you use it?
Cosine 2 theta plus 1
Okay, you add 1 on both sides. Okay, cosine 2 theta plus 1 is equal to 2 cosine square theta. Then next step.
and is cosine square theta is equal to cosine 2 theta plus 1 over 2.
Yes, so you divide it by 2 both sides, which gives you cosine square theta is equal to 1 plus cosine 2 theta divided by 2. This is the formula for cosine. You have to memorize these also. So in your these formulas, if you want to write on the side these formulas also, that's good. So basically we got formula for tangent 2 theta, which was 2 tangent theta over 1 minus tangent square theta. This is one formula we got, and then we got formula for sine square theta, and which was 1 minus cosine 2 theta over 2, and cosine square theta we got as 1 plus cosine 2 theta divided by 2. So wherever you had the formulas, make sure you write these together, because we will be using these formulas a lot too. Next thing they are asking you to find the value for is tangent square theta. Tangent square theta is basically what? Sine square theta over cosine square theta. It is sine over cosine. And sine square theta I just found as 1 minus cosine 2 theta over 2 divided by, and cosine square theta I found as 1 plus cosine 2 theta divided by 2. When you have to divide fractions like this, you change it into multiplication and it flips. This and this cancel, you're left with 1 minus cosine 2 theta over 1 plus cosine 2 theta. So this is another derivation. So you got one more formula which you want to maybe add here is somewhere, I don't have place here. Wherever your sheet is, make sure you add this formula also here. Tangent square theta is equal to 1 minus cosine 2 theta over 1 plus cosine 2 theta. Very important formulas. These all are very important formulas here. You have 8 of these here. So far
Yes.
we have done 8 of these.
Sorry, may I see the one with cosine?
With cosine?
The one we did previously.
Oh, one we did previously. Okay, just a second. Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do questions on these. Want to questions? It says write an equivalent expression for cosine 4 theta that does not involve any power of sine or cosine greater than 1. So basically they are saying get rid of this power. It could be here, it should be just 1 or nothing. Nothing means 1 only. Okay, Eduardo.
Yeah.
So basically we have to start with cosine 4 theta. Okay. I need to get rid of this 4 here. I need to solve it in such a way that I get rid of this 4. I should just have 1 there. Do you know how to start? Any idea?
I was gonna say if the 4 was on the left side, maybe we can do something about that. But since it's part of the power of cosine,
Maybe I can I write it like this? Cosine square theta, this thing.
yeah.
I divided it into, because 4 is 2 times 2, so I just wrote cosine square theta and then I squared it. Okay.
And then we can use our previous problem that we did, and then
Exactly.
in order to solve for that.
What was
So
the formula
that
for
would be
cosine square theta?
1 plus cosine squared theta over 2.
1 plus
And then
cosine 2
squared.
theta over 2.
Yeah, 2 theta
Yeah.
divided by 2 squared.
Okay. So what does it become when you solve? You have to square and open.
Yeah, we're basically multiplying that by itself, so
So you get 1 plus cosine 2 theta. You're saying you're multiplying by itself. And in the denominator, you're getting 2 square.
yeah.
When you multiply, what do you get?
Means that we would combine the top numerator together, so that would be 1 plus cosine of 2 theta squared over divided by 2 squared, 4 divided by 4.
When you combine, you have to use the FOIL method. Use FOIL here. First ones you multiply, then this one you multiply, you get cos 2 theta, then the inner ones you multiply, you get cos 2 theta, and the last ones you multiply, you get this thing. Are you getting it, Eduardo?
Yeah.
Okay. And 2 square becomes 4. Can I combine anything in the numerator?
Yeah, you can combine the cosine of 2 thetas. So that would be cosine squared 2 theta
No.
plus
Yeah.
2 cosine 2 theta plus 1.
Okay, perfect. Yes, you're correct.
And then divided by 4.
Am I done here?
No?
Yeah, because I still have a power here, 2. I need to get rid of this 2. How do I do that?
We combined 2 and 4.
So how we're going to do this thing is, we do this problem again. We do this problem all over again. So how do we do it is, you had 1 over cosine squared theta, okay, plus 2 cosine 2 theta. You got divided by 4, like this. I'm writing it like this. Now, since I have to get rid of this thing, cosine 2 theta, what is the formula for cosine square 2 theta if I have to put in? What's the formula for cosine square theta, Eduardo?
And that would be 1 plus cosine theta.
Over 2, right? We just derived that formula. We just
Yeah,
derived
we
that
did
formula.
that.
So since we derived that formula, I'm going to use the same formula here. But remember, my theta here is 2 theta. So in place of plugging here theta, I have to plug in here 2 theta. So what do I get? Use this formula here and tell me what do you get. You know, Eduardo, how to do it or no?
I'm just writing it out, sorry.
Yeah. I need to find what is the value of cosine square 2 theta. So wherever you see theta, replace theta with 2 theta. So what does it become? It becomes 1 plus cosine 2 of 2 theta divided by 2 plus 2 cosine 2 theta divided by 4. This is an important step. If you guys did not understand, please ask me right now. In this question, this is an important step here. How did I reach from this to here? I'm basically using the formula for cosine square theta, but in place of theta I have 2 theta. So wherever I see theta, I'm going to replace it with 2 theta. So I get this thing here. So basically this becomes 1 plus 1 cosine 4 theta divided by 2 plus 2 cosine 2 theta divided by 4. When you make common denominator, this becomes 2 plus 1 plus cosine 4 theta plus 4 cosine 2 theta divided by 4 divided by 2. Division changes into multiplication. You flip it. It becomes 3 plus cosine 4 theta plus 4 cosine 2 theta divided by 2. Multiply. You basically get 3 plus cosine 4 theta plus 4 cosine 2 theta divided by 8. That's your final answer. Any questions, anyone? No?
Yes.
Yeah.
The cosine square theta becomes to that center one, right? The 1 plus cosine 2 times 2 theta.
Yeah, so the reason is why it became like this is because I use the formula cosine square theta is equal to 1 plus cosine 2 theta divided by 2. I use this formula. But note, in place of theta, what do I have here, Christopher? I have 2 theta. So wherever I see theta in the formula, I'm going to replace it with 2 theta. That's how I got 2 times 2 theta. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
That was your question? Yeah.
Just wondering how you got it.
Okay. So if you guys got this, I want you to try this one problem yourself.
Can you bring your paper down?
Yeah.
Can you see the answer?
So let me give you a problem here. So you need to show sine 4 theta is equal to 3 over 8 minus 1/2 cosine 2 theta plus 1/8 cosine 4 theta. Do this problem right now. Try it yourself. The formulas we used, try those formulas and try to do it yourself. You need to show sine 4 theta is equal to this whole thing. Axel here?
Yeah.
Okay, Axel. How do you do this problem here?
There's a cosine 2. So we used that formula there, right?
So it's the same problem. So yeah, last problem, how did we start? The last problem.
We rewrote it with cosine.
Yeah, so you had
Any
sine
cosine?
4 theta. How can I write sine 4 theta as?
Oh, I don't remember that one.
See, this is did you note down the previous problem or no?
No. I didn't see it well.
So cosine 4 theta we can write as cosine square theta times, square of that thing. So basically sine square theta I can write as sine square theta to the power of 2. Okay.
Oh.
What's the formula for sine square theta? You entered late, Axel.
It was negative. Yeah, I did.
What was the formula?
Would it be the same? Would it be like negative 1 times sine
It was
sine
1,
2
no, it was
theta?
1 minus cosine 2 theta divided by
1 minus.
2.
Oh, alright. Sorry, thank you.
It's okay, yeah. Guys, you have your exam on Wednesday. These things you need to know how to apply these. So you got this thing. So once you solve this, again, okay, Alejandro here. Oh. Jose,
Yeah.
open this and tell me what do you get.
So you're just going to be multiplying the sine squared theta. So you're going to get in the numerator 1 minus cosine 2 times theta.
You're getting this thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Over this times the same thing over 4.
Times the same thing. So 1 minus cosine 2 theta over 4. Okay. And when you multiply this, you get 1 minus cosine 2 theta, 1 minus cosine 2 theta divided by 4. When you multiply, what do you get?
Mm. Isn't it like
FOIL method.
1 plus cosine 2 theta
Plus?
and then cosine 2 theta or 2 square theta?
So see, FOIL method. Let's do the FOIL method here. Okay. Multiply the first terms. You get 1 times 1 as 1. O means outer. Outer ones, when you multiply, what do you get?
The 1?
Outer ones. 1 and minus cosine 2 theta. When you multiply, you get minus cosine 2 theta.
Cosine 2 theta.
Inner ones. Multiply the inner ones. What do you get?
Just negative cosine 2 theta.
Okay. And multiply the last ones. What do you get?
Isn't it positive cosine
Square 2 theta.
yeah.
Okay. Over 4. Okay. Can I combine anything?
The negative cosine 2 theta into 4 negative cosine 4 theta?
So it becomes, what does it become? No, it becomes negative 2 cosine 2 theta plus
Okay, yeah.
cosine square 2 theta over 4. So in the question, you see, I have 2 theta, that's okay. But I don't have cosine square. I don't see square anywhere. So I need to
So
get rid of this square. How do I do it?
You're gonna replace the cosine 2 theta's formula. So where you see the cosine squared 2 theta,
Mm-hmm.
so you're gonna get 1 plus 2 theta over 2.
1 plus 2 cosine what? Cosine of what? What's the formula for this formula? What is the formula for cosine square theta?
What do you mean?
What was the, we derived the formula for cosine square theta, right?
Yeah.
It was this thing.
Yeah, but you're you have a 2 in there as well,
so,
right?
So what it becomes 4 theta, right?
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so that's what you got here. Let's simplify this. Let's simplify. You get 1 minus 2 cosine 2 theta, and here you get plus 1 plus 2 cosine 4 theta divided by 2, and this you're dividing by 4. Now I need to simplify this. How do I simplify? How do I make common denominator here first? Can you tell me?
It's over 1, so you can when you're adding.
Yeah, this is this 1 over 1 minus this plus this, and then this whole thing is divided by 4.
The 4, or you could just multiply by the reciprocal for
Yes.
1 over 4.
So it becomes multiply 1 over 4. So you had 1 minus 2 cosine 2 theta plus 1 plus 2 cosine 4 theta divided by 2, and then you're multiplying it with 1 over 4. When you multiply, what do you get?
One fourth minus 2/4. Is that cosine 2 theta?
Yeah, cosine 2 theta over 4, correct. And then this becomes plus 1 plus 2 cosine 4 theta over multiply these two.
1 or
Multiply the two denominators. What do you get?
8.
8. Okay. Is that my answer I needed?
Does it have a restrict?
No, that's not the answer what I needed, right? I'm close, but I'm not, that's not the exact answer I wanted. I don't want this fraction. Let's get rid of this fraction. How can I write this as? I have 1 over 4 What when you simplify, what does this become? What is 2 divided by 4?
1 or 2.
1 over 2 plus, and I'm going to separate this. It becomes 1 over 8 plus 2 cosine 4 theta over 8. Did you get it how I did this step?
Yeah.
I just separated them. So you had 1 over 4 minus cosine 2 theta over 2 plus 1 over 8. And what is 2 cosine 4 theta divided by 8? Cosine 4 theta over?
Did you do a fourth?
Yeah, over a fourth. Okay, correct. Now what is 1? I can combine the numbers. What is 1 over 4 plus 1 over 8? I can combine these two, and everything else I cannot do further, so it remains as it is. How do you do it?
Oh, you're just combining?
Yeah, combining. How do you combine?
You'll have 3/8 minus
cosine 2 theta over 2, and then you had plus 1 over 4 cosine 4 theta, and that is your right hand side. That is your right hand side.
So basically, you're just including the formula until you can reduce it to the simplest form?
Yes, exactly.
Mm.
Because that's what my question was asking.
Okay.
Okay, so next topic is, okay, let's see here. So we did this. Let's do one more problem. Is it says you are given, it says solve the equation. You need to solve the equation, okay, sine theta cosine theta is equal to negative 1/2, 0 less than equal to theta less than 2 pi. You're given this thing. So by solving, they are asking you to find the value of theta such that when we put that theta here, it should come out to be equal to 1/2. So basically, you're trying to find the value of negative 1/2. Again, in this problem, what we're going to do is, let's see here, where did the formulas go? Okay, these are the formulas here. These are the formulas I have here. I need to use these formulas and come to a point. Now I'm going to use backward formulas. Anywhere where you see sine theta and cosine theta together and multiplying each other. Anywhere in these formulas, can anyone tell me where you see sine theta and cosine theta together and multiplying each other?
Sine 2 theta
Sine 2 theta
equals 2 sine theta cosine theta.
Exactly. So I need here, if I know what is my 2 sine theta cosine theta, I can use this formula. That's how you figure out. When you see the question, that's how you figure out which formula I'm going to use. Which formula does it look like? It looks like something like this. But here you have 2 sine theta cosine theta. But here you have just sine theta cosine theta. So you had just this thing, right? Is equal to negative 1/2. But my formula says 2 sine theta cosine theta. There is no 2. So what I do is I multiply 2 both sides. I get 2 myself. I multiply 2 both sides. It becomes 2 sine theta cosine theta is equal to negative 1. You get this thing. Okay. And what is this equal to? Can anyone tell me what is 2 sine theta cosine theta?
Okay.
If you go backward, it becomes sine 2 theta. Any problem till this step? Okay. Sine 2 theta is equal to negative 1. This is 7.3 we did. Sine 2 theta is equal to negative 1. For what value on the unit circle is my sine value -1? For what value on my unit circle is my sine value -1?
3 pi over 2.
3 pi over 2. So you get 2 theta is equal to 3 pi over 2. But you have to add 2k pi. We did this already. In case of sine and cosine, you add 2k pi. In case of tangent, you add just pi, k pi, where k is any real number. And how do you find
Miss
theta?
K,
Yeah.
how do we know when we're supposed to add the 2k pi?
So how do you know you're supposed to? If it was just theta, here, not 2 theta, you know, and this domain is given to you, you don't have to add 2k pi. But
Okay, so it's if we have more than one that we have
exactly.
to add it.
Yes. If
Okay.
something else than theta, anything else than theta, then I always have to add 2k pi.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So you get this, and now you have to solve this. So you divide it by 2, both sides. I divide by 2. When you get 2, okay, you get 3 pi over 4 plus k pi. I divided by 2, all of them. This is my theta. But I'm still not done. I need to plug in the value of k. Let's put k as -1. Let's put k as 2, 0, k as 1, k as 2. So you get 3 pi over 4 minus pi. So from here you get 3 pi over 4. You get 3 pi over 4 plus pi, and you get 3 pi over 4 plus 2 pi. When you will solve, here it becomes negative pi over 4. Here you get 3 pi over 4, 7 pi over 4, 11 pi over 4. You get these values. Which one will you include? Can anyone tell me which are the final answers? Note my domain was 0 to 2 pi. So I need all the values which are between 0 and 2 pi. Is negative pi by 4 between 0 and 2 pi? Anyone?
No.
No. What about 3 pi by over 4?
It looks like just 3 pi over 4 and 7 pi over 4,
Yes.
but 11 pi over 4 is over.
Yes, exactly. 11 pi over 4 is greater, so you just have these two answers as your final answer. If you are done with this thing, I want you to try one last problem for today. Try this problem by yourself. You are given cosine 2 theta plus 6 sine square theta is equal to 4. You have to show this. Cosine 2 theta plus 6 sine square theta is equal to 4. And you are given theta is between 2 pi. You are given this thing also. Try using the formulas we did today. Try using those formulas and you will reach some point here. And Wandai, Daniel, Alejandro, Joshua.
Yeah.
So let's see this problem. How do you think you're going to start this problem?
Let's see. I can look at the cosines 2 theta.
Okay, so what's the formula? So
Well,
you're starting with your left hand side first. Okay, you have 6 sine square theta. Okay, either I need to plug the value of sine 2 theta or I need to plug in the value of sine square theta, right?
Yeah.
Which one are you gonna plug?
I could do cos squared theta minus sin squared theta.
So you are saying cosine square theta. Nikhil. Stop shaking. So you get cosine square theta minus sine square theta plus 6 sine this thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next step?
I move the negative sin squared theta to the right side. Or
There's no right side.
I add them together.
Add them together, what does it become? Cosine square theta
Plus the 5 sin squared theta, or is it just 5 or 6?
5 sine square theta. What else?
Let's see what's good. Here I can.
Let's convert into one thing. Either convert cosine square into sine square or sine square into cosine square. How can you do that?
I'm sorry, Robin.
So one thing you have to do. See, in the final answer, I don't have anything. Okay, I don't have sine, I don't have cosine, right? But here I have sine and cosine both, right?
Yeah.
Let's convert this into one thing first. Either convert cosine into sine or sine into cosine. Can you do it? Is there any formula where you have sine square and cosine square both?
I can't find the formula.
Remember the initial formula we did, the first section, cosine square theta plus cosine square theta is equal to 1.
Oh, yeah.
So use that formula.
Oh, okay. So then it'd be.
What happens with the 5 then? Isn't the 5 going to interfere with the answer?
Or do you just move it away? So it'd be 1 times 5.
So wait. First of all, which one are you plugging in? You decide which guys you want to plug. You want to plug cosine square or sine square. It's up to you.
Cosine square.
You want to plug cosine square. So here let's find out what is cosine square theta. If you solve, what do you get? Is equal to
1 minus sine square theta.
So let's here plug in 1 minus sine square theta. If you are plugging sine square, it's okay if you plug in sine square. You can do that also. You got this thing, which is equal to what?
Equal to 1 plus 4 sine square theta.
Okay, 1 plus 4 sine square theta. What can you do next?
Could you make the 1 to sine square theta plus cos square theta?
But how would it make a difference? I need to get rid of this sine square. I just need it equal to 4. So basically what they are trying to is equal to 4. Actually they are asking you to find the value of theta. By solving value of theta, okay? Value of theta we have to find. How do I do it?
You can do it all the way 4, right?
Yeah. So basically keep sine theta on one side, everything else on the other side. So how do I do it? Subtract 1, right?
Yeah.
So you get 4 sine square theta as
equals 3.
3 divided by 4. You get sine square theta as 3 over 4. Sine theta comes out to be what?
3 over 4.
Sine square theta is 3 over 4. What is sine theta?
Oh, sine theta would be on the unit circle. That is would it be radical 2 over 2?
Radical 3 over 2. Right? Because if I take square root on both sides, I put a plus minus sign, I get radical plus minus square root of 3 over 2. Now you have to figure out the values of theta from 0 to 2 pi, which gives positive square root 3 over 2 and negative square root 3 over 2. What are the values? Unit circle.
So plus or minus?
Yeah, plus or minus square root 3 over 2. What are the values? Can you tell me theta values?
It would be pi over 3, 2 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3, and 5 pi over 3.
I'm saying 5 pi over 3. Correct. So these are your 4 answers. So try to convert, when you're given a question like this, try to convert it into one unit, either sine or cosine. It's up to you which one you want to do it. Once you
Okay.
did into that thing, then try to find the value of theta.
Okay.
Yeah, good, Joshua.
I've got a question for this problem.
Yeah.
Could we have used any of the three formulas?
You are correct. Yes.
Okay, so we could have just gone straight to 1 minus 2 sine squared.
So you are saying, yes, exactly. So if you would have done that way, it would have become 6, 1 minus 2 cosine 2 theta divided by 2, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you would have solved, it cancels, you get 3, so it becomes cosine 2 theta plus 3 minus 2 cosine 2 theta is equal to 4. When you combine, this would have become negative cosine 2 theta plus 3 is equal to 4. You divide, subtract 3 both sides. Basically, you're going to get cosine 2 theta as negative 1. Right, Christopher? You got this?
Yeah.
Okay. So now they are asking theta values for which, now in this case, note I don't have theta, I have 2 theta, right? For what values from 0 to this thing is negative 1, cosine is negative 1. It is just pi, right?
Yeah.
So I am going to add pi, but since it was not theta, I am going to add 2k pi also, where k is any real number. Why in the previous example here I did not add 2k pi here is because my angle was just theta. It was not 2 theta, 3 theta or something. It was just simple theta. So I just found the values and I was done. But in this case, I have a special angle which is 2 theta. So I need to add 2k pi. When I solve for theta, I divide by 2. I get theta is equal to basically pi by 2 plus k pi. Now I will put the value of k's as negative 1, 0, 1 and 2. Are you getting my point, Christopher?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And when you solve negative 1, you will get pi by 2 minus pi, which is negative pi by 2. 0 you put pi by 2. And then 1 you will put pi by 2 plus pi, which is 3 pi by 2. Yeah, and then you put pi by 2 plus 2 pi, which is 5 pi by 2. And since your domain was just 0 to 2 pi, so you will take the ones which are between 0 and 2 pi. Any questions, anyone? Okay, so let's see here. What do you have next one? Okay. Next thing we have is half angle formulas. Don't miss the lecture tomorrow because on Wednesday you have your exam. On Wednesday you have your exam for chapter 6 and 7. Don't miss the lecture tomorrow at least. Please everyone be there. So next thing is we are doing is half angle formulas. It's technically the same thing we did. So when you were given, if I say find the value of sine alpha by 2, some angle alpha, alpha can be anything. I say find the value of alpha by 2, it is basically equal to what? Note my sine, if I say find the value of sine square alpha by 2, it will be equal to 1 minus cosine alpha over 2. It was using the previous formula, because we had sine square theta as 1 minus cosine 2 theta over 2 from this thing. From this thing I derived this thing. So if I have here theta, you multiply by 2, you get that thing here. And how do you take, if I need this thing, I take square root on both sides and put a plus minus sign, I get 1 minus cosine alpha over 2. You don't have to know the derivation. This is the formula you have to remember. This is the important formula you have to remember. But that's how you derived it. Another thing is, if I say find the value of cosine alpha by 2, it is plus minus square root of 1 plus cosine alpha over 2. Similarly, you have tangent alpha over 2, which is basically plus minus square root of 1 minus cosine alpha over 1 plus cosine alpha. These are the three formulas you need to remember. Okay. And how do you do these is, if I say, it says using half angle formula, find exact value of. So you need to find the exact value of, they say, cosine 15. You don't know values of cosine 15, but can I write cosine something which I know? It's like, can I write 15 as something which I know? No, note, I know cosine of 0, 30, 60, 45, 90 and so on. You can keep on adding 30, 60, 45, 90. Can I write 15 as something using these angles?
Yeah.
What is it?
You can put in 45 minus 30.
Yeah, that's also one thing doing. 45 minus 30, that's one way of doing, and you plug it. But note, we have to use half angle formula, right? You're doing it correct. You will find an answer using this also. But can I write divided by 2? I need to write it by divided by 2. How do I write 15? What should I divide some number so that
30.
I get 15?
That'll be 30.
30 divided by 2.
Will be 15.
So you got this thing. Now since I got this thing, I will use a cosine formula. It becomes plus minus square root of 1. It is plus cosine 30 over 2. And then you plug in the formula values. So you get 1 plus cosine 30. What's the value of cosine 30?
Root 3 over 2.
Root 3 over 2 divided by 2. You get this thing here. So when you solve here, basically when you're going to solve here, it becomes plus minus square root of 2 plus root 3 over 2 divided by 2. I made common denominator, which is equal to plus minus. When you solve it, it becomes root 3 over 2 times 1 over 2. Which is equal to plus minus square root of 2 over root 3 over 4. I don't know the square root of 2 plus root 3, but I know square root of 4 is 2. So this is your final answer. And note cosine 15. Cosine 15. Where is 15? In which quadrant? 15.
First quadrant.
First quadrant. Is first quadrant every what's the cosine? Is cosine positive or negative?
Positive. All of them are positive in the
All
first
of
quadrant.
them are positive. So that means I will just consider the positive value, not the negative one. So this is my final answer. So you look at your initial one and see which quadrant is my angle. Since it was in first one, and in first one everything is positive, that means I will just consider the positive one. We'll do more problems on half angle problems tomorrow, but make sure you are present tomorrow because I'm going to do half angle problems, and one more I'm left with. One more topic is product of sum formulas. Product of sum formulas and half angle problems, I'm going to do more problems on these. But make sure you do today's, whatever we did, double angle formulas, make sure you go through those things. And if you have questions, you can stay back. Have a nice day, guys. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. And
Bye,
Wednesday.
Miss K. Have a great day.
You too. Have a great day. On Wednesday, you have your exam. So if you have questions, stay
Can
back.
you also give me the extended time for the exam tomorrow? I mean,
Yeah.
on Wednesday?
Yeah, I'll give you that. No problem. I'll give you for sure.
And also for